Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to our weekly Riverdale review. Season 2, Episode 2. I have no idea what the name of the episode was. I didn't even look it up. It's Save Pop's Diner episode. I'm, of course, joined by...
Kaori, okay? Hello, everybody.
All right, so we've gotten now to the second episode. Hopefully the audio is going to be better this time because I forgot to hit record on the microphones last time. So, Kaori, what did you think about the episode?
I liked it a lot better than the season premiere, actually. I thought there was a lot more things happening and progression into the storylines that got me interested in. Now, because last episode I said I didn't really care who the killer was. Now I really want to know. I have no idea.
I am the opposite of you.
Oh.
I actually liked the season premiere better than this week. And here's why. This is my big problem. There are a few good things about this week's episode. Don't get me wrong. My big problem with this week's episode was it reminded me of the earlier episodes in season 1 where, like, before the show really got going and it got into its real more intricate plot lines and intricate way of its storytelling. But the first episode or two of last season, you had a lot of the, oh my gosh, Betty and Archie are in the closet, you know, that stuff. The whole Save Pop's Diner thing felt, it felt too much like the first couple episodes, which is too bad because there's a number of things they did start to delve on, like Veronica's father, and the conniving couple that they are, and, you know, getting more progress now with Jughead's father. Yeah. Although the whole, we're going to send you to 20 years in prison. Oh, the victim's family says they forgive you. Okay, time served. Like, that's not quite how law works, but okay. But I think my biggest problem with this week's episode was the whole focus on Save Pop's Diner. They have murder going on. Yeah. They have former teachers being killed and strangled to death. You still have Archie's dad with a gunshot wound. You have Jughead's dad going to prison. You still have now Veronica's father here. No mobster is in town. And the big focus of the episode was on Save Pop's Diner.
Well, look, the thing is, I agree with you. At the same time, as Betty Cooper's mom mentioned, Betty pretty much saved what's going to be like a drug house or
but I don't understand
how happening.
One night, how that just all of a sudden became a thing one night. So really the teenagers weren't dealing drugs before, but now we will deal drugs. That's here?
True.
It seemed like a bit of a stretch to me.
But in reality, though, Pop's Diner now belongs to sneaky old Hiram Lodge.
Yes, now it belongs to Veronica's dad.
So a lot of bad stuff is going to be happening there, and we see that develop. And we see also that Jughead messed with the devil, I guess, right?
That, to me, was actually one of the more interesting things. Yeah. Because not so much that it was interesting in this episode, but it sets up what could be some very interesting stuff moving forward. That whole phone call with the dad, it's like, well, although you pointed out when we were watching it, it's like, if she calls, just ignore and hangs up on his son. Why did you hang up on him? Why not finish that thought? But the fact that she is a snake, and they call her Snake Charmer, right? So the fact that now he is in debt to her, it really is intriguing. They can do some interesting things with that later on. And actually, that ended up being one of my favorite parts of this episode. What were some of your favorite moments?
Well, for me, I think what I don't know if it's really my favorite, but shock value was the ending when the murderer comes back and kills Moose and Midge. Because in the comic books, Moose and Midge are pretty big characters. Jason Blossom was a pretty big character. Miss Grundy was a pretty big character. So now I'm thinking, no one is safe. Just like Game of Thrones. Not quite. I'm not comparing.
Except for probably your core Thor. Core 4. I've seen Thor twice in the last couple of days.
What?
So, yeah. Your core 4, your Jug, Archie, Betty, and Veronica. They're probably untouchable. Yeah. But everybody else is probably fair game.
Right. And maybe Cheryl, too, might be safe.
And new Reggie.
We just replaced him.
I still can't believe they just up and replaced Reggie.
They made him, like, really, like, bad guy Reggie, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, he's like, although, to be fair, I guess early in the season last year, he sometimes came across as kind of slimy and whatever. But I mean, this season too, he wasn't so slimy this season because last episode, when everybody's in the hospital supporting Archie, Reggie was there too.
That's true.
Supporting him. So he's just a flawed character. A totally different new character.
I like how you use the word slimy. It's like perfect.
Yes. New Reggie is kind of slimy. What did you think though about the whole thing about when we're talking about who the murderer might be? Do you think there's any legitimacy to Archie's suspicions that it's actually music teacher's ex-husband that's now trying to hurt Archie.
I think that is too much of an obvious answer.
A little too clean?
Yeah, and also why would he hurt Fred Andrews?
To hurt Archie.
To hurt Archie. Well, yeah, but then wouldn't he just shoot Archie?
Well, maybe he wants to torture Archie by killing people and hurting people that are close to him.
Sure, but the way I see it is Miss Grundy is a pedophile that's boning a lot of young boys, so why focus on Archie?
Good on her. That became pretty creepy pretty quick because they tried so hard to make you believe that she slipped with Archie and tried to end it, but that she was just too attached and she actually had feelings for him and this wasn't like her and her nature. And then all of a sudden... casually dating a young buck. Now she's like sleeping with another young kid somewhere who she gives piano lessons to. It's like, oh, wait a minute, you tried so hard to convince us. I don't think that was planned. I think they changed their mind. I think the writers of the show changed their mind about her and said, let's set it up so she's constantly having affairs with kids. Right. And which was now she's slimy. Kind of made it easier to kill her off, right? Yes. Now you don't feel so bad that they killed off the pedophile. Yeah. The predator. Do you have any suspicions on who might be this serial killer? I guess we could say serial killer. My only two guesses right now, and I don't feel good about either of the guesses, to be honest with you. My two guesses right now are, one, it is her ex-husband. Okay. And for the things you pointed out, I don't necessarily feel good about that guess. Okay. The other guess is it's somebody we have not met yet. Okay. The other guess is that there will be a new character we will meet in episode 5 or 6 that we won't realize is the killer, and that person will end up being the killer. So those but even that I don't feel really good about. It might be somebody else. Maybe it's Josie. Maybe it's Josie. Oh, Josie, that's a spin. Maybe Josie is so jealous of Archie's music ability, she wants to torture him. I don't think it's Josie. No, I don't think so. No, but I don't think it's a student either. I think it's a full-grown adult, but I have do you have a guess? Not really, not at all. But maybe someone in the Cheryl Blossom family. Is there another Blossom? Well, there was that extended family that we met when they were doing the whole tree sapping thing. Yeah, like you said, maybe someone we haven't physically met yet or really been introduced to deeply. So, but why would somebody in the Blossom family be killing off these random people? I don't know, because they're crazy. Cheryl's crazy. Okay, maybe no, it's not Cheryl. We saw the killer. It's clearly not Cheryl. No, it's not Cheryl. All right, guys, that will do it for us for our insight on tonight's episode of Riverdale. What do you think about tonight's episode? Who do you think the killer is? Where do you see this whole thing going with Jughead and the lawyer and all that kind of stuff? Is it a Blossom? Is it somebody else? Let us know. Jump into the comments section and leave your thoughts. For now, Kaori, where can people find you online if they want to find you? You can find me at KAORIOUS on all social media platforms as well as YouTube. And you guys can follow me on social media simply at John Campea. That'll do it for us for now, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. And until next week, bye-bye.